It is therefore the decision of this court that you are guilty as charged. You shall serve a term of not less than 28 years in the federal penitentiary. Sentenced to 28 years for a murder he never committed. Only two things could help him escape: a lot of money and Charles Bronson.
You know, I've been worrying about tomorrow. I mean, I have to be convincing, and I've never been raped.
Your grandson will try to escape.
It's up to you to stop him.
This is the story of one man fighting against impossible odds.
They beat up my best friend and my partner.
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Let him go!
They were waiting for us. Somebody told them. And I think you told them.
He's brutal. He's Bronson.
1,001. 1,002.
And he's got 10 seconds to pull off the world's most impossible escape. Charles Bronson in Breakout.
Now, tell me, how'd you make money?
I knock people down.
You mean like a prize fighter?
No, they're pickup fights. The money's made on bets.
What does it feel like to knock somebody down?
It makes me feel a hell of a lot better than it does him.
1933. America had hit the skids. People were out of work and out of luck.
Third refill costs a nickel.
Life was as tough as a cheap steak.
Suppose you've been down the long, hard road.
Who hasn't?
It was hard times.
I got a husband in jail, no job, and no prospects.
I don't look past the next bend in the road.
A man had to live by his wits.
Well, my man's just starting out. Good, but I'd get long odds.
What kind of odds you talking about?
5 to 1.
3 to 1.
D.
Or by his fists. Columbia Pictures presents Hard Times, starring Charles Bronson as Cheney, a drifter,
When I get enough change in my pocket, I'm going.
a loner,
Are you gonna stay the night?
Not this time.
a man who spoke soft
I barely know you.
Yeah, but would you like to?
and hit hard. James Coburn as Speed, a born con man
50-50 on all scratch bets and expenses. All side bets, I keep 75%. That's how it works.
who can make a fortune in a day
I propose a toast to the best man I know. Me.
and lose it in a minute.
I'm flat broke. I need some money fast. What the hell are you doing?
You don't want no trouble. Just you pay your debts.
Speed was the hustler.
It was too damned easy. There ain't no rules about that, except who wins.
Cheney was the hitter.
You ever get scared when you do work?
I don't think about it.
Together, they just couldn't be beat.
You give us our damn money now. You want that money? Take it.
No, I got the gun.
I don't think you want to use it.
It's one way. You want to see another?
Charles Bronson, James Coburn, Jill Ireland, and Strother Martin. They're a knockout. In Hard Times.
To begin with, trust no one.
Don't.
And believe half of what you see. Because nothing is as it appears. And nobody is who they seem to be.
He needs what?
Now, from the master of action, suspense, and surprises, Charles Bronson in Alistair McLean's Breakheart Pass. All that lies between Fort Humboldt and the nearest town is 400 miles of frozen desolation, connected by a thin lifeline of steel. And all that lies between the men of Fort Humboldt and death are the people on this train. But are the people on this train on a mission of mercy or murder?
Nobody heard anything, nobody saw anything. Nobody knows anything.
Deacon is right. Dr. Molyneux was murdered.
Looks like somebody knocked him out, stuck a thin surgical probe up under his ribs.
I can't find the Reverend.
The telegraph line to Myrtle no longer works.
Someone is trying to stop this train.
Oh, my God.
Hey, we're going backwards.
We're gonna all be on this train for a while. We just might find out what happened before we have to get off.
There's a conspiracy on board this train that goes beyond murder. But who is part of it? And who is expendable? The answer waits at Alistair McLean's Breakheart Pass. Trust no one, and believe half of what you see. Because nothing is as it appears, and nobody is who they seem to be.
He told us what he's not, but not what he is.
Charles Bronson. You've seen him like this, and like this. But you've never seen Bronson like this, or like this. Now, Charles Bronson. And Jill Ireland.
Wowie yourself.
In From Noon Till 3. It's a love story, too good to be true.
I hope that wasn't meant to be an insult.
Charles Bronson is Graham Dorsey, the outlaw.
Your name is now spoken in the same breath as Jesse James.
He saw what he wanted.
The first law of chivalry is to rescue ladies in distress.
And took it. Jill Ireland is Amanda Starbuck, the lady.
I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. Ooh.
She knew what he needed.
If you're so depraved you'd inflict your desires on an unwilling body, then proceed.
And gave it. The whole world will remember the love they shared from noon till 3.
Love isn't something you measure that way.
It's a romance.
I think I'm in love with you.
Me too.
It's a western.
Fill your hand, mister.
I already did.
It's a comedy. It's a tragedy.
Let nothing spoil our legend. Nothing.
It's full of suspense and surprises.
You don't want me to disrobe.
It's an unusual movie starring an unusual Bronson. From noon till 3.
You function strictly as a go-between.
For which I'll get paid?
$10,000, cold cash.
Charles Bronson is St. Ives.
What are the odds in a Rams-Dallas game?
He'll bet on anything,
Okay, 500.
even his life.
I'm gonna take you out. Go between.
You don't like me, do you?
I don't like your questions. For you, you're tough, smart, You got a lot of great-looking bits and pieces.
St. Ives, a go-between who knows the places to find the people who have the answers.
10,000. An honest man goes to the police. A dishonest man
Settles the score in his own way.
20,000.
I don't want to be an accessory.
100,000. And don't move.
As the stakes go up, the odds go down.
Every time we find a stiff, you're around. Now, why is that?
I guess I'm just lucky.
You know something? You're all right.
Did you have any doubts?
He's clean. He's mean. He's a go-between.
In the year 1874, a great white beast roamed the Black Hills of Dakota. It was powerful enough to destroy anyone or anything that stood in its path. It was hated and hunted. It was worshipped and feared. It was the White Buffalo. Now, the creators of King Kong bring another legendary creature to the screen. Dino De Laurentiis presents The White Buffalo. Starring Charles Bronson as Wild Bill Hickok, a man who feared nothing.
Again, Bill!
Except being afraid. He was haunted by a nightmare which drove him to the brink of madness. The White Buffalo. Will Sampson as Crazy Horse, a proud warrior. Sworn to kill a sacred enemy, the White Buffalo. Also starring Jack Warden, Stuart Whitman, Clint Walker, Slim Pickens, John Carradine, and Kim Novak.
This buffalo is mine.
That buffalo will belong to the hunter who kills him.
A thundering spectacle, a shattering experience. When two legendary enemies join forces to battle the greatest legend of them all, the White Buffalo.
There are more than 200 million people living in the United States today. 51 of them are Soviet deep cover agents, hypnotically programmed to become instruments of total destruction. They don't know who they are, but one man knows that all it will take to trigger them is a simple phone call.
Bascom's Auto Repair.
The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Remember, Nicolene, miles to go before you sleep.
MGM presents Telephone, code name for the most explosive motion picture of the year. Starring Charles Bronson as Major Grigory Borzov of the KGB.
In all the world, who is the most secret agent? Anyone who manages to stay secret.
He has a photographic memory.
Nothing in there must be written down, only transferred to your memory.
He will do anything he has to stop Telephone. Also starring Lee Remick.
Who were all those men whose names you've written? And why all the cities and the map?
I'd like to go back to Moscow, remembering you as being alive. Can you help me accomplish that?
She's a secret agent with more than one secret.
The KGB believes in you. Just follow their orders. Kill him when he's killed Alchimsky.
She will do anything she's told to stop Telephone.
If he talks, he could possibly start a nuclear war. We can't gamble that it won't.
Together, they must accomplish what the two most sophisticated intelligence organizations in the world cannot.
That's how Delchinsky's been doing it.
Even simpler, he uses the telephone.
It will take them on a desperate chase across 2 continents, pit them against their own governments, and lead them into incredible danger. The next time your phone rings, how do you know it won't be your turn? You'll never know until you see Charles Bronson, Lee Remick, and Donald Pleasance in Telephone.
Welcome to scenic Switzerland, where you'll find love and bullets. Stay in a secluded Swiss chalet. Take a thrilling aerial tram ride. Relax in your car aboard a speeding train. You'll love it here. Starring Charles Bronson, Jill Ireland, and Rod Steiger.
Love and Bullets, Charlie.
Love and Bullets.